Right here for real issues, real facts with real people.
Maybe you know what a zombie is.
When you keep voting party line, this is what happens to you.
It's worse than horrible because a zombie has no will of his own.
You have subways that are falling apart. You have cops that are being accosted in the street because that socialist you elected as your mayor.
You see them sometimes walking around blindly with dead eyes, following orders.
When are you New Yorkers going to start holding those people responsible for what they do?
Not knowing what they do, not caring.
You mean like Democrats?
I'm going to deal with topics and issues that will make you think, make you mad, and maybe even get you a little embarrassed. So don't go anywhere. The lines are open. You can reach me at 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563.
It's the Joe Messina Show.
That's right. I'm back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved. Get engaged. I like that. Mouth is going too fast. All right. Ready? Get involved. Get engaged. Be part of the solution. It truly is the way we win. I say it all the time. I make some of you nuts. I don't care. I won't lose any sleep over it. But in all sincerity, it is. You do get, when you get information, there's so many things that you can push back on. Right? There's just so many things that you got information on. You could talk to people about maybe the lack of information they have, right? No, and you got to stay on it. And you don't have to be in their faces. You just have to stay on it. You know what I'm saying? Again, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening out there that you need to have information on. So, all right, let's get to the realities of what's happening out there. It's really funny. You got J.D. Pritzker, you got the mayor of Chicago who refused to let the police go ahead and protect ICE. And when I say protect ICE, I mean I'm talking regular crime in the street. He really doesn't, or they don't. What is it? Is it the chaos that gives them comfort? Is it the fact that they keep you people in fear, they can control you? I do not understand why you keep voting these people in who don't care about, obviously they don't care about you. Don't give me, yeah, but what about the Republicans? Yeah, they don't run about here. They don't care about you. You're being shot at every weekend. Your young kids can't play in the streets. I mean, are we serious here? And your mindset is we can't have National Guard on the street? Well, if the police won't be there and the mayor won't let them protect, well, what else you got? Put up with the murders? I'm just asking. You haven't got a better idea. Preliminary crime stats from this past weekend showed 22 shootings in Chicago in a 3-day span, resulted in 29 victims, 4 murder cases. The numbers are subject to change, including incidents reported between 6 p.m. Friday and 11:59 Sunday. The victims included, how do these guys look themselves in the mirror? How do you voters who voted these people in and keep voting these people in, how do you look yourself in the face? No, I mean that sincerely. Because in all honesty, you put these guys in power and now you're complaining about them? For real? The victims include a 16-year-old with a gunshot wound to the hand who told police he had been the victim of a drive-by involved in a black SUV. 62-year-old man and 23-year-old woman who were both shot in the legs while sitting in a garage. And a 33-year-old man shot twice in the chest by an unidentified male after argument that he died from his injuries. Oh, yeah, but there's no crisis here. J.D. Pritzker says everything's okay. Right? And you get these activists who probably don't even live in Chicago. They're screaming about, Trump wanting to militarize these cities, while other families in the same cities are burying their kids this week. They don't care. It's probably they think, you know what, smashing the windows and all that stuff. Yeah, that's bad. That's terrible. That's wrong. Killing kids, a whole different animal. When you ignore the fact that these kids are being killed, when you ignore the fact that you can't even walk these people by these homes, they're paying their taxes, and you can't protect them. And then the one night I saw this happen, one ICE agent that was rear-ended by a car, the car kept pushing that car, the ICE car, right? And you told police not to respond? The weekend violence also included an incident involving federal officers after someone allegedly rammed, this is the one, a Homeland Security vehicle at the protest outside an immigration and customs enforcement facility. Now, Pritzker is suing the administration to block the National Guard deployment. Wow. Don't you dare protect our people. You don't have a right to do that. I'm the only one that has a right to abuse our people. Chicago police responded to document the incident, control traffic, but they said federal authorities were handling the investigation. A local news source obtained an internal dispatch that appears to show Chicago police officers were ordered by their chief of patrol not to respond after Border Patrol agents called for help. How disgusting is it? You know what these guys need to do? The ones who didn't respond, I'm sorry, guys. I know you're trying to feed your family. You're just trying to... Why did you become police officers? Why? You know, you need to resign. I don't know why. I don't even know. Go back and read your oath. Joe Messina, your host. Be back in a minute.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. And right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code USA, or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about it's not really crushing anything. The silver bolt? No. Oh, what about pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328. Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229. 800-734-1229.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
So far, this show has been awfully slow.
Except for the one I saw you do last Thursday.
When we were coming over here tonight, I was a little concerned about his driving. The minute he got to the wheel, I was worried. The left rear wheel he was going to do.
I look around the room and I realize now, aside from Clint Eastwood, I'm the biggest name here.
And now, the professor of political incorrectness, the naysayer of nonsense, the cure for Democrat dementia, here's Joe Messina.
We are here, Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Look, get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. I need you to be part of the solution. And you do that by getting informed. I know some of you are tired of hearing it, same mantra all the time, blah, 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 blah. Start doing it. Start doing it. We won't have these problems. You won't have to listen to my mouth like this, every time. Because my irritant, again, you heard me say a little while ago, you got the mayor of Chicago saying nothing to see here. You cops better not. And I know I'm probably being a little harsh. Let me get her on. Kimberly Morin joins me as she does every week. Always appreciate her time with me on the show. And Kimberly, thanks for being with me.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we're back at it again. I can understand it's a tough job. I understand, you got a family to feed. You don't go protect other police officers? Are you serious?
That's insane.
What's that?
That's insane.
Yeah, exactly.
And I heard the recording, and they weren't told the words "stand down," but they were told, "We will not be sending help."
Wow.
Yep.
Isn't it amazing? Amazing. If I was those guys, if I was the ICE guys, I would have had I would have definitely called the National Guard in. So we're under siege. We need help. End of discussion. And go ahead and fight it out in court. It's all right.
Right.
You know?
Those police officers in Chicago that didn't send help, I mean, I guess they did eventually, but they should be ashamed of themselves.
You know what? I guess you can't do it this way. But if one of those ICE officers was killed or hurt, I would have brought them all up on accessory to murder charges. Every one of them. And let them fight it out on their own time. You know, you took an oath to protect the citizens. Well, it sucked up to this point, and maybe that's your leadership. I don't know, because you guys don't speak up.
Right.
So, I don't know. Anyway. And you saw this weekend that murders, I mean, I don't know what the number was this weekend exactly in Chicago. They've thrown some numbers out there. They said they're still waiting to get it solidified. But just the preliminary numbers alone, with 22 shootings in Chicago. I mean, we see this every weekend. 29 people were shot in those 22 shootings. And on top of that, 4 people die? And Pritzker's like, nothing to see here? Is it me? Am I over the top?
No, and more people could potentially die because they're still being treated, so we don't even know. It doesn't matter because they never solve any of those. Because they're gang-related. They don't care.
Yep.
Democrats don't care. It's gangs.
Yep.
Talk about not caring about brown people.
No kidding, right? I mean,
yep.
I'm looking at, I've been looking at the videos over the last few days, and I'm saying to myself, you can see the violence. I mean, you see it happening, and the ICE agents are well within their rights to do what they're doing. I think they should pass a law like they did in Florida. Run these boneheads over. Get out of the way.
That's what I would do.
If that officer feels like he's in danger of his life, God, go for it. Push him out of the way. I would put that car in, I'm sorry. I would go in at like 1 mile an hour. You guys want to stay there, it's your own fault, you know?
Right.
Run, whatever. Yeah. Do that in Boston with the Boston police. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they've changed.
Somebody just lit a Boston police car on fire this weekend.
Yeah, I read that. I don't know the total. I guess they were responding to a call, and after they got there, that happened.
Yeah, I didn't read the whole details. I was just like, oh my. Yeah. It's typical when you have Wu and Healy in there.
Yep. And the 2 drivers that went after the ICE agents. Okay, and I love this. They allegedly rammed them. Well, no, we got it on video. There's no alleged. We can see the driver. We can see the car. Oh, God. So one of them was, I love how they put this. One of them was carrying a semi-automatic firearm. That's according to the Department of Homeland Security. And the officers were unable to move. They were forced to deploy their weapons and fire defensive shots at U.S. citizens, armed U.S. citizens. Think about that. God bless. I'm sorry, I wound up.
And what state was that in? That one was in Portland, right?
This one here. No, I think this was Chicago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was Chicago.
Why they had guns in Chicago legally?
No, but look, don't you love this? It's like he's got everything under control. There's no problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it's not the killing fields everybody says it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. It has been for years.
Just again, I'm going to say it again. I don't know how much sympathy to have for these people. They keep voting them in. They voted this guy in Chicago, the Chicago mayor. I mean, he was a piece of work before he became mayor, and they knew it.
But do they actually vote him in? How much fraud is there in voting in Chicago?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to, I guarantee there's shenanigans.
Yep. I hear it. So some of the stats. There has been nearly 1,200 shootings year to date in the Windy City. They say it's down by 35% compared to the same time in 2024. That doesn't
say much.
About 1,800 shootings. Oh, my God. That's like saying, yeah, you know what? I went from 3 packs a day down to 2. I'm doing really good.
I don't know where they consider those stats good.
Again, I don't know. I'm very fearful. I shouldn't say this because people think I'm nuts when I do, but I told you about this last year. I am very concerned. I'm not going to say fearful. I'm really concerned that we're going to end up or heading into a civil war.
That's what they want, Joe. They were saying it.
But listen, you want a civil war with Donald Trump? I mean, really?
That idiot mayor from Chicago was saying that just today. He's like, he was saying they're trying to create a civil war because he wants to make the left believe that that's really true. And they're deranged enough to believe it because they're stupid.
All right, we got to go for a quick break. Be back in a minute. Don't go far.
Look at what they're doing.
All right, hang tight. We got to go for a break. Be back in a minute. Don't go far. Kimberly Morin will join me when we return.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's home ownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control: making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At easyplans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
America's News Update, I'm John Schaefer. The White House is criticizing a Trump-appointed judge who blocked the president's deployment of federal troops to Oregon. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt called the ruling untethered in reality and in the law.
The president is using his authority as Commander-in-Chief, U.S. Code 12406, which clearly states that the president has the right to call up the National Guard in cases where he deems it's appropriate.
Meanwhile, Illinois and Chicago are taking legal action to block Trump from sending Guard troops to that city. The Supreme Court's new term began today with several high-profile cases on the docket. Justices will consider issues including race in congressional redistricting, conversion therapy for minors, and state bans on transgender athletes in girls' sports. Talks on the U.S. back to Gaza peace plan are underway in Egypt as officials push to implement President Trump's ceasefire and hostage release plan.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
Did you ever go to school, stupid? Yes, sir. And I come out the same way.
We are back at it again. Joe, senior host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-GO-JOE. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged. Be part of the solution. You know, what a failure. And I mean massive failure that Obama was in Chicago. The opportunities he had to fix some of this stuff that he chose not to. Maybe he's all into it. I don't know. Right? I mean, seriously, even people in Chicago were like, he's done nothing for us. But heck, you guys want them Democrats. You seem to be stuck with them. Because
and it gets worse. It keeps getting worse every friggin' year. And they keep doing the same thing every year.
Yep.
Or every election.
Yeah, I don't. This is what you and I have been talking for years about this. I always say to you, I have no sympathy for some of these. Look, New York City. I mean, they're going to screw the rest of us to a degree, but look at what they're going to put in place or who they're going to put in place. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know?
The problem in New York, and I know in New York it's bad, it's in Chicago too. People don't vote. A small percentage of people vote. It's ridiculous. That's one of the problems. They just figured it doesn't matter.
Oh, agree with you. Now, I don't know if you've caught this over the weekend. It's been big news, but, you know, the young person, because I don't know whether a boy or girl, whatever, who tried to kill Kavanaugh, he got 8 years in prison for that. Okay? And the judge made some kind of whack comment about, I hope the parents, I'm probably going to screw this up, but I'm going to try anyway. I hope the parents can accept their daughter, something along those lines. And I'm thinking, you have no right to do that. You have no right to say that, okay?
Nope.
That's not your child. Did that person, did that human attempt to kill a Supreme Court justice? That's
all that
all
he
you
should
need
be
to
talking
deal with.
about.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, see, they have I would love to know truly what it would honestly take to remove these judges. Seriously. I know everybody talks about impeachment, but man, there's got to be a way to get. I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know either, but yeah, that's ridiculous. Keep your opinions to yourself. They're unrelated to the case, buddy.
Yeah, and the other thing too is I want you to think about this because everybody's talking about it. Why not? The January 6th situation. Some of these people who did absolutely nothing but were in the vicinity at the time got 8-10 years in jail for trespassing.
Yeah, they weren't even. Some of them never even went inside.
No, true. They were outside, right? But I don't know. I think that there's so much dirt, dust, and garbage going on here. You know, Kimberly, I don't know how they're gonna clean it up. I don't know how they're gonna get to it all, if they can even get to it all.
Right.
Right.
I don't think they can. I got to be honest. I don't think they can.
I think they got to shake it up. I think they got to shake it up, put people in jail quickly to the point where the whistleblowers truly start coming forward, like the recent one with the FBI throwing, what's his name, Jack Smith under the bus.
Yep.
You know, that was great. And
well, that's the kind of stuff they need to do. They need to clean house.
yeah,
We need more of that. And then when they clean house, then people start believing in these organizations again.
right. Yeah, there's very little confidence in the federal government at this point.
Right. I
don't-
mean,
I don't
for some
blame
of us, we've known this for years, but, you know, regular people are finally catching up with it, too.
Well, maybe we've got some positive stuff going on. You know, it's funny. I listened to not a debate, but a talk by Justice Gorsuch over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard him, you know, he was talking about how they get along as a whole and the way they look at things and the stuff that they do. And I hate to say this. He can't be an idiot, but he's definitely oblivious to what goes on there. He has to be. To think that they get along and they all care about the Constitution, they all love the country, I'm not buying. Especially where he's got one of his people, Ketanji Brown Jackson, always, with every ruling, she comes out against her colleagues.
And she's an embarrassment.
Yes, that's
I
true.
mean, it was Sotomayor. I think it was Mayor, sorry, who like kind of reprimanded her in a ruling because she was so dumb about something.
Yeah, she didn't know what. Yes, I got it.
I can't remember which one it was, but she reprimanded her in the ruling, like her response.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's got to pay. She's got to pay attention. You know, and the funny thing about it, it's not like they don't know. They have clerks to help them, so it's not like they don't have enough time to research it.
Yeah, but think of the kind of clerks they probably have.
Well,
right?
Here's one for you. Oh yeah, I can only imagine who they hire because they get to hire anybody who want to, obviously.
Right.
Supreme Court's gonna hear arguments or re-argue Louisiana versus Calais on October 15th. Now, they don't really do this that often, but the judges are going to revisit the extent to which states can use race to protect minority voting power. So they're actually going back to a degree. They're looking at the Voter Rights Act all over again. You know, they're saying
Which should be dumped.
They're going to decide whether you can create a majority black district under the Voter Rights Act, and that Voter Rights Act violates the Constitution.
It does, in my opinion.
Oh, you know what?
That's legalized gerrymandering.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like? So look, here in California, you know, they're trying to pass what they call Prop 50, which is yes. But here's the funny thing about it. I'm in one of the areas that went from one congressional representation to what'll be 3. Okay, we will have 3 fingers coming into our area that would give us 3 different congressmen. And if you look at the areas that they even cover, they don't cover areas that have anything in common with us. We would be, for all intents and purposes, the quote-unquote minority.
So you're not going to have any representation?
No, not really. I mean,
wow.
I know you don't know much about this area. My listeners probably don't either. But we're going to have the same representation that a 99% Hispanic community has, when we're not even close to that. We're about 28%. We're a well-rounded, well-adjusted community.
Right.
And yet they're going to put us in the same area.
I don't know about well-adjused.
Yes, well, our community?
You're in California. You
got me there. Yeah. We had power outage last week here in North Venezuela. It was great.
I saw someone talking about Prop 50. I can't remember who it was. I think it was a rep from California, and maybe a state rep. But he was saying that if people understand it, it needs to be explained because it's very confusing. If it's not being represented properly in the actual, on the ballot measure or whatever. Right. He said once people understand it, then they absolutely don't want it.
Yeah.
But it's intentionally, of course, confusing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I got a better one for you. You ready for this?
Yeah.
In my area, They sent out ballots with misinformation by accident. Can you believe that? And
Yeah, by accident. Okay.
yeah, and it's going to cost about $22 million to fix it. So this thing now is up to well over $200 million in putting this together.
Wow. And that doesn't include the $10 million that Soros gave to push it, all the other money that I'm sure that's coming flying in to push it.
All from all over the country. You
Yep.
know.
Well, even that tool, AOC did an ad
Yeah.
or something for it.
I know she did.
Like, why would anybody listen to her? She's a complete moron. That I just don't understand.
No.
Like, believe me, there's Republicans that are morons too, guys. It's not. I'm not just saying it because she's a Democrat. She actually is a moron. There's too many of them. There's more of them on the left than there is on the right.
Oh, I agree.
However, she listens to people who are evil, so that's why she pushes evil things.
This is not fair to me. Look, she is number 2 in the running for president for them in 2028, along with who? Governor Newsom. This is the best they have to offer.
Can we not do either of the coasts again, please?
All right, Joe Mazzini, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up after the break with Kimberly Morin. We'll be right back.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, use promo code TREAT at checkout, and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. That's 800-399-4215. You've been working hard, doing the right thing and paying your taxes and putting your hard-earned money in the Medicare piggy bank all your life. And now it's time to break the piggy bank and get something back. Medicare. If you didn't know it, Medicare is health insurance for people over 65, and you paid for it with your tax dollars. Medicare plans now have more benefits than ever. That's good news, especially if you're like me and looking forward to paying as little as possible for good health insurance. Call and find out what Medicare plan is best for you. Save your time. It's valuable. We've already done the research for you, and in one quick phone call, you can learn how to get the best important decisions in your life. Let us help you through it. Here's our number. Call 65 Plus Medicare now. 800-778-8214. 800-778-8214. That's 800-778-8214.
I'm Slim Shady. Yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So, won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
How can you do a spoken word version of a rap song?
He found a way.
We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure. It is a pleasure. I appreciate the time you spend with us here on the air. In the chat room, texting, tweeting, being part of the conversation, making you part of the solution. Well, it doesn't make you, but it helps you become part of the solution. Kimberly Morin joins me. She does every week. Always appreciate her time, her insight, her viewpoint, the New England viewpoint on things. You know, Kimberly, maybe I'm just remembering from 50 years ago, but, you know, New Englanders have a little different spin, a way they deal with politics than they do in maybe some of the rest of the country.
That could be an understatement. It all depends. That all depends.
Well, the difference between Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont and Massachusetts, I mean, there's a lot of underlying commonalities there, but, you know, the Boston people seem to be the most heated about it. Am I wrong? Or has that changed?
It depends, only because I'm involved in politics in New Hampshire, so I hear about it. I think, I see it more, but yeah, you have more like the lefties in Boston are louder, but you know, they're always usually paid agitators anyway.
Well, what's funny is, you know, I grew up in the days, I don't know if you know of the Leprestes, when the Leprestes were in the State House and very active in politics. And I remember sitting around when my dad used to sit with them. He'd help them with some of the things that they were doing, and today they would be Republicans, and even if they were registered Democrats, they'd probably be thrown out of the party today, which is
right.
You know, how much of a change it's been. God, I was a teenager, maybe 16, 17, as I recall those conversations. So that was 106 years ago, you know. But those guys had some common sense.
Yeah, it didn't used to be like this. It's the left, the hard left took over. The hard left's always been like this. But nobody used to vote for them unless they did so not knowing. Now the hard left is out there. They say what they want. They lie to people's faces, but they at least say what they want, like this psychopath in New York City. They've taken over the Democrat Party.
Yeah. No question.
I mean, there really is. Schumer and Pelosi are like seriously making fools of themselves and their party by kowtowing to the left.
Well, I don't know if you saw the little presser or little short interview that Pelosi did last week where she kind of poo-pooed AOC. But she's, look at it. She's doing, AOC has made enough noise, caused enough issues to where people are concerned about, people in the legislature are concerned about what she has to say, but they shouldn't be. You're right. She is very ignorant. You know, she's a Maroney. There's no question about it. And, here's a bartender, never been married, never had kids, never really, I'm sorry, she has an economic degree from where? Facebook? I don't even know where. Can't be a real college.
Isn't it BU? Which it's total embarrassment. I would never send my kids to BU after that.
Oh, I've been to BU, not to go to school, but the great party college.
Yeah.
Anyway, but in all seriousness, I mean, and this really lends to Charlie Kirk saying the colleges are useless. And I'm not going to say all of them, and I'm not going to say every teacher in every class, but look at the degrees these kids are graduating with, and she knows absolutely nothing about how money moves, and yet she's got a degree in economy.
Right. Yeah, she's completely clueless about the economy. Was that what she was taught by her economic professors? Was she taught bad economy? Bad economics?
Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. All I know is, how did she get the degree? Unless that's what her college professor taught.
Right. But it would if you get an economics degree, you're taking more than just the two. You're taking more than just macro and microeconomics. You're taking a lot of other classes.
Right.
So were all her professors that bad? So that's why I would never send my kids to that school.
It was Boston. Remember that. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. There's a lot of people I knew graduated from college even back in the late 70s that had no business graduating from college. There was no way they knew anything about what it was that they were graduating with.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Come on, you know people like that yourself. Like, really?
Of course.
You really took that class? Oh my God.
Right.
Listen, the party of nonviolence, the one that's screaming that Republicans need to tone down the rhetoric. Republicans are causing all this trouble and this problems and everything else. And what happened? You've got this Virginia. Is he the...
He's running for the AG, if you're talking about who I'm thinking.
Exactly. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the guy who was... So anyhow, he talked about Jay Jones, candidate Jay Jones. That's what I was looking for. He's got text messages on how he wants to kill his opponent, their family. These people are sick. I mean, extremely sick.
And just to let you know that the ages of the children he was referring to was 2 or 3 and 5 years old. Babies. Right. Babies, Joe.
Yeah, they don't.
What is wrong with Virginia Democrats that they're not throwing this guy to the ground and kicking him out? It's disgusting.
I wonder how many of them actually know. How many of them actually pay attention?
It doesn't matter. They probably don't believe it. They'll probably say, "Oh, that's fake news. That's not true."
Yeah, you're right.
Trust me. Okay, let me tell you something. Years ago, I got all kinds of information about this was a Republican candidate, and nothing like horrifying like this Democrat, but it was enough that he should not be elected to the state senate. And I put all this, I wrote about it, I was on the news about it, I put all this information out there, and there were still some people who didn't want to believe it, even though it was in black and white, and I had records.
Nope. It's amazing.
Luckily he lost, but still.
They will sit there and die on their idiocy. Seriously.
Yeah.
Right?
He's a Democrat. I don't care if he actually did kill somebody. I'm going to vote for him anyway because he's a Democrat.
That's what you say. Can
you
How do
imagine?
I know you're telling the truth. Yeah.
Can you imagine having that guy as the AG? How horrifying is that?
Well, look at some of the stuff happening now, whether you agree with it or not, right? You've got the DA there in New York will not bring charges. The federal DA will not bring charges against Letitia James, even though she did exactly. She's accused of doing exactly what Donald Trump did. The only difference is she actually did lie, openly lied about what she put on there. And she knows better. And so I knew this was going to happen because you have all these deep state, attorneys, and they're not going to they're going to cover their own people, which I say, great, go, leave, go ahead and fire these people and bring in people that will do it.
Yeah, well, they should be disbarred. They shouldn't be in that job if they're not going to equally apply the law.
I agree.
Isn't that an oath? Isn't that an oath they take? I don't know. I don't know what the oath is, but...
Well, I talked to somebody about this morning. How many of the legislators, if they had to take a test, a constitutional test on, how many of them would be able to stay in office if they failed it?
None. None. How many do you think would actually pass it?
Pretty close to none. Now, whether he does it or not, you got people like, Ted Cruz and Rand Paul. They probably have a clue, but you've got some of them that don't know. They don't know anything about free speech, Second Amendment, or any of the basics for that matter. Separation of powers. They still haven't figured out separation of powers.
You have people like Hank Johnson and Sheila Jackson Lee, who used to be in there.
Oh my God!
I don't even know how they tied their shoes. They tied their shoes in the morning. I still don't know with them.
Yeah.
But those people don't know anything about the Constitution.
No.
And then that idiot Crockett. I can't believe she's from Texas.
Yeah, but she's playing a big game because, again, if you go back and look at her interviews early on, she didn't have any of the, pardon me for saying it this way, but she didn't have any of that black stuff going on where the way she uses the black cadence and all of that.
It's ghetto. Yep. Yeah, well, she's fake ghetto.
Yeah, well, that's what Zoe calls it too. He's on after you tonight. He calls it the same thing.
Oh, that's funny.
He said she had perfect English. She spoke perfectly before she got elected. Now she got elected, and all of a sudden, what? She comes from the hood.
She was born in privilege. She wasn't.
Yep.
She went to the most. We've talked about this before. She went to the most expensive elite school in St. Louis. Right. She is not ghetto, but she's pretending she's ghetto.
Right.
Somebody made a good point. They said it's just because she wants to have that follower. She wants to be an influencer on social media.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all about money, making money. Yep.
No, it's like I said. You and I talked about this a couple of years back. I don't know if you remember. I was saying, look, we don't have statesmen anymore. What we have now are influencers. That's what they want.
Yep.
And I don't. I want a statesman. I want somebody who has a clue as to what's going on and how government runs.
Yeah, they're supposed to be running the country, not worrying about social media or doing little dances or whatever for social media. They're supposed to be serious people. They are not serious people.
No. All right, lady, we got to go. Tell people how to find you.
GraniteGrock.com and Conservative IND on X.
All right, very cool. All right, people. Yeah, God bless. Don't go far. A lot more coming up in the next hour. Alfonso Rachel joins us. We lovingly refer to him as Zoe. Great guy. Be right back.
America's News Update.